Hey everyone, we are back and ready to go with example 3A. We are evaluating expressions with fractions and decimals, basically rational numbers. Okay, I see a word here, expressions. What are expressions? Well, expressions they can be numeric or they can have variables. It could be something like x plus 3, or it could be something like 3 divided by x. Or, it could get more extensive like x squared minus 4xy plus 3. Oops, there you go. That's an expression. The basic thing about expressions are that they don't have equal signs, right? So if it was x plus 3 equals 2, well, that's an equation. Once you stick an equal sign on there, then it becomes an equation. So that is not an expression. So expressions are just things with variables or numbers that don't have any equal signs, basically. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing, is dealing with expressions with fractions and decimals. So here we go. This problem 3A says evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. So if we look here, 5.2n divided by n. Oh, right, there's a variable. Cool. You look here, there is no equal sign. So this is an example of an expression. So what they're saying is okay, evaluate this expression. This is the expression right here. 5.25 divided by n for n equals 0.15. Okay, so what they're telling us is what n needs to be, and we're just going to plug in this value for n and then evaluate it. Evaluate it just means figure out what the answer is. So we will do it. So here we go. 5.25, when we stick in there, in there, that's fun to say, we get 0.15. All right. We have a fraction with 2 decimals. So we're just going to go ahead and do that work, that long division. Woohoo, my favorite, long division, I love it. Oh gosh, pause drag, go away. Okay, here we go. 5.25 divided by that one. Okay, so here 5.25 divided by 0.15. All right. Okay, now, remember whenever we divide by decimals, the one thing we have to remember is that we can never divide by decimals. Never, ever, 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 ever. Never divide by decimals. So we have to change this, okay? And that's totally easy. We can totally do it. We're just going to take this decimal and move it over 2 places. Whatever we do here, we have to do it over here, okay? So really what we're doing right now is we're going 15 divided by 525. So it's just a nice little friendly long division problem. No sweat. We got this. Okay. Can 15 go into 5? No. Can 15 go into 52? Yes. How many times? 15, 30, 45. 3 times. We're going to put a 3 there. Then we're just going to do the multiplication. 3 times 5 is 15. Write the 5. Carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Then we just do the little subtraction there. We got to borrow because the 2 is not big enough. That becomes a 4. So we got 12 minus 5, which is 7. Now 7 is less than 15, so we know that we picked the right number here. Okay, we are ready to drop it like it's hot. We're dropping that 5. All right, and we have 75. So we need to figure out how many times does 15 go into 75. Oh my. Okay, so we got 15. If I count by 15s, 15, 30, 45 would be 3, 45, and then 60, and then that would be 4, and then 75, which would be 5. Okay, so it goes in 5 times. We do the multiplication. 5 times 5 is 25. Write the 5, carry the 2. And then 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2, plus the 2 is 7. We did it. We totally rocked that problem. So the answer is 35. There's no remainder. That's a 0. So we got it. 35. Put a box around it. Make sure you guys show all your work. We want to see all those beautiful mathematical thoughts that you have. Okay, on to the next problem. 3B, we are going to evaluate this expression for the given variable. So this one's a little different. Now we have k divided by 4 over 5. Okay, and this is an expression because there is no equal sign. This is it right there. So for when k equals 5. Okay, so let's just plug in, substitute 5 in for k. Instead of writing k, I'm writing 5 because k is the same thing as 5. Okay, 5 divided by 4 over 5. Now, remember that whenever you're dividing fractions is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal of the second one here. So I'm just going to rewrite this 5, change it to a multiplication problem, and then do the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 4/5 is 5 over 4. Okay, cool. I'm going to make this 5 into a fraction just by making it 5 over 1 because 5 divided by 1 is the same thing as 5. And now we're multiplying fractions. Now remember, whenever we multiply fractions, the first thing we do is cross cancel. And then we multiply across. Okay, let's look to cross cancel. Okay, right here with the 1 and the 5, since there's a 1, you cannot cancel anything out. There's no common factors because 1 is just 1 times 1 and that's it. So we're good there. We're going to look at the next one right here, which would be a 5 and a 4. Are there any common factors with 5 and 4? No, there's not. So we're good. So all we need to do now is just multiply across. So 5 times 5 is 25. And 1 times 4 is 4. Cool. That is an improper fraction. So we're just going to go ahead and change it to a mixed number as well by going, how many times is 4 going to 25? I'm going to say it goes in 6 times because 6 times 4 is 24. And how many are left over? There is 1. And you just keep the number on top. I mean on the bottom, my bad. Keep the number on the bottom 4. So there we go. That would be your answer. Make sure you go ahead and box it. Okay, now is the time has come. It is now your turn for Check It Out Example 3A and Check It Out Example 3-4. You're going to go ahead and evaluate the expressions for the given variables. And now it is time to pause. And here comes the pause dragon. He's always, you know, making his paw marks everywhere. Okay, so remember to pause, do the problems, come back, and then we'll check the results. Okay, see you in a bit. All right, we are back for Check It Out Example 3A. Here we have this expression. We're going to evaluate it for b equals 0.75. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to substitute it in there. So 2.55 divided by 0.75. Okay, let's do the long division. Woohoo, my favorite. All right. Okay, go away, Mr. Pause Dragon. All right, here we go. 2.55 divided by 0.75. Now remember, whenever you're dividing by decimals, you have to remember one thing. You can never divide by decimals. Okay, so let's make them not decimals. Okay, we're going to move this decimal place over twice. Move this. If we do this one twice, we got to move this one twice. And now we are doing 75 divided by 255. Oh, man. Here we go. Okay. 75, does it go into 2? No. 75, does it go into 25? No. 75, it goes into 255? Yes, but how many times? I am not certain. So I know 75 times 2 is 150. And then 75 times 3 would be 75 more than 150, which would be about, what would that be? About maybe 225 around there? Okay, let's try that. I think it's less than 255. So let's put a 3 up there. 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 times 7 is 21, plus the 1 is 225. Hey, all right, got it right. Now we're going to do the subtraction. 5 take away 5 is 0. 5 take away 2 is 3. And 30 is less than 75, so we know that we have the right number there. Then we have remainders, so we have to keep going. Let's add a 0 here and drop it like it's hot. 300. Okay. And we added the decimal here, so we need to add it up there. I'm going to say that since 3 times 75 is 225, I think if we add another 75 to that, that's going to be 300. So let's go ahead with 4. 4 times 5 is going to be 20. Write the 0, carry the 2. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 2 is 30. Yes, we nailed it. Okay, so if your answer is 3.4, Yoka denkimashita. You did a good job. Okay, on to the next one. Check it out, example 3B. Okay, we're going to evaluate the expression. This is the wonderful expression of u divided by 4/7. There it is. It's so lovely. It's an expression because it has no equal sign. That's why it's an expression. And we're going to do it for u equals 9. So instead of writing u, I'm going to write 9. 9 divided by 4/7. Okay? And whenever we divide by fractions, it is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal of the second one, that one. So we're going to go rewrite the 9, multiply, and then just do the reciprocal of 4/7, which is 7/4. Okay, we are going to be multiplying fractions. We need to make this 9 a fraction, and we can, super easy, just go 9/1, because 9 divided by 1 is the same thing as 9. Okay, whenever we're multiplying, we look to cross cancel, and then we multiply across. Okay, we look here, 1 and 7. Okay, can't cancel on anything there. Anytime there's a 1 there, you're good. You don't need to do anything. Okay, 9 and 4, any common factors between 9 and 4? I'm going to say that is a negatory. So now we just multiply across. 9 times 7 is 63. 1 times 4 is 4. Oh, my Lanta. That is the right answer, but now we need to put it into a mixed number. How many times does 4 go into 63? My answer is a lot. Oh, I don't know how many, though. We got to do the long division to figure it out. Okay, so 63 divided by 4. 4 goes into 6 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 take away 4 is the 2, and then we drop that 3 like it's hot. 4 goes into 25 times. 5 times 4 is 20. And this is the cool thing. 23 minus 20 is 3. And that really tells us what our remainder is. Our remainder is 3. So 4 goes into 63 15 times with a remainder of 3/4. And there we go. There's our nice, nifty answer. Woohoo! We did it! All right. Okay, awesome. We will see you again next time. Peace out.